Lies of P is a lovingly crafted Soulsborne that takes an old folktale in Pinocchio and transforms it into a grim story of exploration, choice, greed, uncertainty, and mystery. The game is beautiful with intricate environments, rich world building, a variety of interesting characters, great story, and of course, ruthless enemies to include some of the coolest and creative looking bosses I've encountered in any action game who are an absolute blast to fight. The combat is sharp and gives a variety of both offensive and defensive options with some addicting qualities which kept me moving forward over and over again, anticipating the duels to come. In this retelling of the 1880s classic, the puppets that serve mankind have gone mad without warning, rampaging against all humans while a disease has spread throughout the town of Krat and beyond, leaving nearly no living being alive. You're tasked with stopping the puppets and finding the cause. The story is told both through visuals in the environment, notes and letters found randomly strewn about, and character exposition with some really solid cutscenes, leaving no confusion or uncertainty over the events that have taken place and consequences that you will endure. Pinocchio is different from other puppets in Lies of P due to his ability to lie. Throughout the game, you will be posed questions to which you can lie or tell the truth. There are a variety of elements that change depending on which direction you choose to go in, to include different interactions and endings. I liked this idea and hope to see it expanded in either a DLC or hopefully a sequel. The world of Lies of P is absolutely gorgeous and intricately crafted. The environments are stunning with so much detail can almost overwhelm your eye sockets. Each area is one flow of connected streets, tunnels, and paths with lights and signs that illuminate the night and reflect off metal, cathedrals that sit on mountaintops and overlook the town, and robots whose red eyes pierce the darkness as they patrol for a victim. With raggedy cabins ripped straight out of a horror movie, foul landfills, and ancient towers, I always found my interest piqued. It is linear, but that didn't bother me in the slightest, as not everything needs to be open world or allow for endless hours of extra exploration. It has just enough offshoots to keep you looking for different paths, mostly in the form of unlocking shortcuts or finding just out of reach items. As the protagonist, P is a silent character who's fortunately joined by a slew of awesome NPCs that really give the world life. For example, Sophia acts as a guide to Pinocchio, often explaining the whats and whys, and is there to level you up in fashion of the Firekeeper from Souls games. While Vanini, on the other hand, is an eccentric genius who loves the sound of his own voice, but truly wants to see Pinocchio shine. Nothing was ever phoned in or felt out of place, and I look forward to all the interactions until the very end. Every time a new character was introduced, I was always there for it. One of my favorite aspects of Lies of P is the enemies you'll face. The sheer variety of enemies is staggering, impressively so. Even at over 50 hours of playtime and well into the endgame, I was still being introduced to new enemy types with fresh-ass design. You will come across elites that are so brutal, you'll wonder how it's not a boss in its own right. There are so many memorable moments and interactions to keep you on your toes, from creepy robot babies to maniacal jesters and cannons that blast you from afar. There is rarely a dull moment. The icing on the cake to all this is the bosses. Any game that's a Souls-like, the bosses are what matter, and here they are so well done. I had such a good time combating them and learning their cadence. I never quite got frustrated on any, as upon death I usually knew what I did wrong and aimed to shore up my offense or defense accordingly. A major plus is that you can stagger not just enemies but bosses in Lies of P, and there is no better feeling than connecting a strong ass charge attack after seeing the health bar flash white, then getting in a fatal attack for massive damage. It really does make learning the tricks of the trade worthwhile, as you are rewarded for playing well, just as you are punished for playing poorly. Careful thought went into most boss designs, and it was a joy to discover and vanquish each one. Make no mistake though, this game is challenging, but never felt impossible. I had such a good time clashing with enemies, and even when difficulty ramped up, it was always fantastic to rise to the occasion. On defense, you can dodge, roll, block, and perfect block. Dodging in this game is nothing like Souls and will get you rocked more times than not, as blocking and more importantly perfect blocking is the bread and butter for success. Predicting enemies' moves and timing is crucial, as you can brute force your way through about half the enemies in the beginning, but with no poise, you will often get interrupted repeatedly if you don't get with the damn program. A red flash and orange sparks fly on perfect block impact, and the clanking sound of metal positively reinforces your actions, keeping you in the zone and wanting to go harder. You have an array of ways to deal death at your disposal and will need all the tricks to be successful. Your left arm is interchangeable between several types of mechanizations known as Legion arms, with different abilities like shooting fire while another hurls acid. I had my favorites for sure, but different situations call for different use cases. The weapon system is phenomenal, with different weapon heads and blades being able to be placed on different handles, really creating a dizzying number of combinations you can choose from. You'll need to find parts to upgrade your weapon, so be on the lookout for chests and hard to reach areas. Each handle modifies the moveset, so you really can create an offense that is unique to your playstyle. Fable Arts allow for special abilities to be used after building a meter, really devastating enemies, or parries that have unique counterattacks. P's attacks are responsive and feel fluid, and while combos are simple, it's the cycling through each offensive ability that makes it spectacle. There is weapon durability in Lies of P as well, but it's handled nicely. You can use a grindstone at any time to sharpen your weapon and regain the durability you had lost. Eventually, you do get special grindstones as well that add effects to your weapons like fire acid or even give you extra attack power. Overall, it's just added flavor to strategize with. Developer Round 8 really put their heart into this game as it punches way above its weight class in my opinion. And at times it strays a little too close to the Souls formula, but overall it is a unique take that is so well polished, it can easily stand on its own. I love Lies of P and was thoroughly entertained, and I look forward to many new game pluses to see what changes depending on choices and decisions made. There's also so many weapons I want to give a crack at and bosses I would love to fight again, and I highly recommend Lies of P if you're remotely interested in Soulsborne games, then absolutely do not miss this one. Hit the comments below with some of your favorite Souls likes, and I do thank you for watching. See you in the next one.